Okay, so some of you, actually a lot of you are like brand new and you're probably like, wait, what the heck is all this? Well, things are about to change for us coaches, okay? It's about to change. It's about to get litty, as the kids say these days. And I'm going to tell you why I'm changing things, and I'm going to tell you why. Sorry, I'm texting my house really quick. Why things are about to be a lot different, and how I'm like shifting everything. Okay, I'm like shifting my whole life. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm about to get motivational on you guys. Are you surprised? We are going to talk about Instagram story because you know me. I'm the Instagram story queen. And let me tell you, this is the thing that has converted my business. I switched over. I really was like, okay, I'm going to focus on like one platform because like the Facebook ads and Instagram, it was just like a lot. So okay, I'm going to focus on one. Did you know Instagram stories didn't happen until 2017? Is that right? They weren't a thing until 2017. So a lot, and I think like, I want to say like 50%, some crazy number, like 50% of Instagram users began using Instagram in 2017. So like 50% of Instagram people don't know Instagram without Instagram story. That's just like a little side note, but we're going to come back to that. I thought that was fascinating when I learned that. I was like, what? Okay, so for those of you that have girls in the 5-day glimpse group and you are in it, Holly, you're in that group. I'm not really sure why, but I was like, whatever, she can stay in it. But I must have added you on accident, or you asked to be, I don't know, whatever. But it is going so well, so much better than I expected. I think there's like 80 girls in there. And my goal is to get 50%. Sorry, let me mute everybody. My goal is to get 50% of those girls in 80-day obsession because we all know how great it is. And I've already gotten quite a few actually, so I feel really good about that. But if you have a girl in there, you need to be following up with them or her consistently, making sure she understands what's going on, making sure she feels good about everything, making sure she's seeing the value. Oh, I gotta chat. Hold on. Whatever needs all help, I can get it good. Making sure that they are seeing the value of 80-day obsession, because the goal is to get at least one challenge pack sold between all of you. And some of you might not know what I'm talking about, but basically the trainer, Autumn, she is about to do a coaching group, and it's called Obsessed with Coaching. And she's basically going to be walking through each week, starting April 30th, I believe, each week, how to use 80-day obsession to grow your business. My business has grown the most in 80-day obsession. Anytime there's a new program, that's when there's so much hype around things, and that's when it's a great opportunity to kind of like go for it 100%. So, and the only way you can qualify to get in that group is if you sell one challenge pack, just one. Literally uno. So that's kind of what my hope and my prayer was for this group, was really for y'all, like not even necessarily for me. I already have gotten multiple since that kind of came out. But I really wanted y'all to be a part of it because I'm really excited. I mean, honestly, like I'll share anything and everything I can, but I think it's good to experience it. Autumn is not a coach, but she's having people each week who are coaches come on and talk about it. Okay, for me, what I've been hinting at, my last 80-day obsession group for a while, and this is hard for me because this is like immediate income, right? It's like, it's commission essentially. And that's really where I've been making the bulk of my income, is through commission. That's not ideal, but it just kind of is what it is. But I am moving to coaches, okay? I'm about to give 100% to my coaches, recruiting and training them. And I'm going to tell you how I'm going to do this with Instagram stories and how you need to be doing this with Instagram stories, okay? So it's hard for me to talk about coaching because like my heart is in health, right? Like I believe in it. I know that that is like the foundation to a really, besides following Jesus, but like to a really happy, healthy, vibrant life is like taking care of yourself. I really believe that. And so now I'm shifting to like, okay, I don't need to be like a personal development mentor to help people change their lives financially, time freedom, all different kinds of ways. And I have developed a course, and I almost did like a little test Coach Basics training a few months ago. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down and record them and edit them, like not live. They're not going to be Zoom calls, but I'm going to put them in Vimeo with like a password protected access code or whatever, and basically create a like 30-day 30 video training for my coaches with assignments, all of that. So I'm going to make it as clear, and as I have the content, I just got to like sit down and do it. It's going to be a lot of work. And I'm going to tell you why I'm doing this in a minute, but for you, you need to be recruiting coaches as well, for sure. But also, I think that y'all need to also run your own programs, because y'all can totally do it. Maybe the newbies are like, no, I'm not doing that. I totally get it. And when I do another one, that's when you'll kind of be an apprentice in that. But be confident. Oh my gosh, all it is you working on your own fitness and sharing your fitness. That's really the only requirement to be a coach. So be confident in your programs. Remember, anything and everything that I have, you have access to 100%. Okay, so I'm going to tell you about my why I'm doing this. So I was listening to a podcast, and it was about positive psychology. And they were talking about the difference between therapy and coaching. And this got me really excited about like the thought of coaching other people into a new life, okay? So therapy has to do with people's past, rolling around in the muck, thinking about why they are the way they are, and just knowing that as they go into situations. I think just being like self-aware, like, oh, I'm like this because of this. But coaching is working in the present. It's working with what you got, your future, your goals, and how to conquer them. And they were talking about there's like a six step model of well-being. So these are the 6 things that people need to kind of have a great life and to be happy. It all made so much sense to me. Self-acceptance, yes, get it. Personal growth, totally get it. Purpose in life, totally get it. Environmental mastery, it's kind of like feeling competent, like I can go to work and I'm competent in my job. That's important to have confidence in that. Autonomy, to be able to like live life on your own. I probably don't have that, honestly. And then positive relationships with others. I was like, yes, get it. And so then they were saying, okay, there is so much research on college-age students for reasons that they're all in one place. They're in a season of life that are easy to follow, easy to track. But there's not a whole lot of research on adults. So this positive psychology is like a whole new major in school. It's like brand new. And all this new research is coming out. And they started studying adults between the ages of 25 and 30. And they said that happiness in like adulthood just plummets most of the time because they lose 2 of these things, okay? They have all 6 except for 2. 2 of them just go right down the drain. You know what the 2 of those are? Personal growth and purpose in life. Those are the 2 things that go away. And the reason that is because you turn 25, you graduate college, and you get the job, and you just get the job. Or you turn 30 and you get married and you have the kids, and then you're a mom. And it's like, okay, like I'm cooked out, right? Like I've done the job. I am a mom. Like this is the only, and that's just what I'm going to be, period. And no one has like the drive to continue to grow, the personal growth, the spiritual growth. And no one has the purpose in life to be like, dang, like I want to grow and I want to be more and I want to do more in my job. I want to do more in my life. And when I heard that, I understood what they meant, and I understood where I am, like what they meant in where I am now. I loved my job, okay? I loved it. But there was like one level to it, okay? There wasn't a whole lot of growth. If there was growth, it was like to another campus. It was like way more intense, way more than I really honestly wanted to deal with. It was a lot, okay? And And I just was not feeling like that was my personal ministry. And that was really hard for me. I was really down. I was struggling. It was hard. I worked in children's ministry. It was hard for me to like sharpen color pencils during the week. You know what I mean? Like I knew that I had so much more in me in my personal ministry and I had to get out. I just knew it. So I felt what the happiness dying. And it wasn't because I wasn't doing good work. It was just because I knew there was more in me. And then I feel my happiness now. I'm growing so much every single day because I feel my purpose and I feel my personal growth is so huge, because that's like 90% of the job that I do is growing personally and then sharing it with others. I really believe that. So when I listened to that, I was like, I actually got a question on Instagram. It was like for a Loy lesson. And it was like, hey, for Loy, what do you do if you know you're not doing your life's calling, your life's work? I'm in a 9-to-5. I don't know what else to do. I'm struggling. And I was like, someone needs to tell her to coach, because it gives you so much purpose and personal growth opportunities. So that is why I decided, okay, yes, I have a great family of like people in fitness and in my virtual wellness studio, and I'm going to love on them and take care of them. But I'm also going to shift my focus in coaching for that specific reason, to help people grow and have personal purpose in life. So now I'm off my high horse. Y'all can type in questions or thoughts or whatever in the chat if you want to. Okay, so social media carries a huge weight in this business. It is literally my number one asset. I don't want to say Instagram is all that I have when it comes to like marketing. I went to the bank the other day and she was like, oh, are you on spring break? And I'm like, no, I just work for home. She's like, what do you do? And I told her, and she's like, well, how do you market yourself? She was like an older lady. And I was like, Instagram. That's literally all I know how to market myself in. And it's worked. Y'all, Instagram freaking works. And honestly, Instagram stories are instrumental in my conversion rate. And what that basically means is getting people in my inbox and then converting them into clients and customers. When I first started, I'm sure you guys didn't follow me. Maybe you did. But I remember like holding my phone up like this. I was like, this is really hard for me to record, but I'm going to just do it. You should join my free Facebook community. And I like posted it. And then a couple hours later, I deleted it. And then I would do it again. And it just like, I had to get the hang of it. I recorded so many things, deleted so many things. Now I never delete things. I don't even care. I just like, it's like I'm numb to it. I don't even care. But it took a while to get me to that point, right? I had like 100 followers, like, and it was terrifying, embarrassing. Honestly, it was. But hashtag no regrets now for sure. It definitely feels daunting to think like, oh my gosh, I have to come up with content all day long, but it's way easier than that. So don't think of it as content, think of it as you. You might think you're not interesting, but I promise you, like some of the most engagement that I've gotten, at one time I said that I didn't like Hobby Lobby. That's not really interesting. That's just a personal preference. And I got probably 100 messages, people being like, me either, I hate Hobby Lobby. But it was still engagement. Was it like productive engagement? Maybe not. But to me, it made people feel like they were comfortable telling me that, which is important. So I'm going to talk through how I got a grasp on it and the bridge to people between having people follow me, having people engage with me, and having people sign up with me, and how I'm going to start talking about coaching on my Instagram stories, and how you can be looking for that and see kind of how it works. This is like all experimental for me, okay? I don't have a coach teaching me this stuff. I'm like going through this blindly, that's for sure. Okay, so I've broken it down into 4 steps. I think that's important. So think of 3 to 4 main things that attract people to follow you. Where are you in your life, okay? Are you a mom? Snacks for kids. Honestly, I cannot wait to have kids so that I can promote different things about kids that I see moms doing. I'm not a mom, so I definitely can't say things, but the Gatorades and like the bars and like the crappy snacks, I cannot wait to be able to incorporate that into my business. Maybe you're building a business and working. Maybe you're a young professional. Talk about how you pick out your outfit. That is what I struggled with the most, honestly, when I was going to a full-time job. It was like, oh, do I have to pick out another outfit? Fitness and health, okay? You got to show up every single day, even if it's just a couple posts about your food, even if it's just one like clip of an exercise movement. I know that's really hard for some people, but why the heck wouldn't people show up for you if you're not showing up for yourself? You know, it's important. Your personality. Someone called me a fitness fireball, and I thought that was great because you know what? I'm showing my personality more, and I have seen so much more just like love in general through Instagram and people just like really being like on Team Macy the more I show my personality. So that has been huge for me. Think about something that your spouse loves most about you. Austin loves that I am as sassy as all get out. So guess what? I'm going to show it, you know? Your business. So I'm going to start talking about my business every single day. I've never done that. And it's just going to be a little bit every day. But I think that's important because I don't need to rob people of the opportunity to have purpose and to feel like a fire in them for life like I do. Like, why am I withholding that from people? I don't know. It's terrible. Okay. So why is everyone so scared about talking about coaching? Me too. I'm like definitely in this. I think it's just because I don't ever want, like my heart is not, like I sure as heck don't want people doing this if they don't want to do it, right? Like that's more work for me. I want people who are all in because they want to be all in. And I don't want people to feel like I'm pushing anything on them. That is like not my goal at all. So I'm going to make a list of all the things in my life that are different because of Beachbody. First of all, the convenience of my health. Shakeology has changed my life. The community that I have in people, the purpose that I feel, the passion that I feel in this. I mean, I could list a million things. And then what are the possibilities of your life because of this platform? I think what's so cool for me is that I have struggled, personal here. I have struggled with the thought of like having kids. I'm not even close to there. But in my head, I keep thinking like, gosh, when that happens, like it's all over for me. Like all of this is over. I'm not going to be able to do it all. I'm not going to be able to juggle it all. And no matter what, I refuse to let that happen, like to let it all just like go away because of the possibility that I know that this could be. And because I don't want to walk around feeling purposeless. It's not about the money. While yes, that's an important part of it, it's not all about it. What's most important is that I feel fulfilled. And then I get to help people. So that is what has me like never quitting, right? One of the things you want people to know about your business, I want people to know that it is totally something that you can do part-time. I did it part-time for a while before I went like hardcore all in because I wanted to quit my job. It takes really hard work, and I'm not going to tell someone it's not hard. But like emotionally it's hard, but also there are some things that you have to be really disciplined in. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do this, right? But anything that is great doesn't come easy, right? But one thing that I do have now after busting it for 2 years is freedom and flexibility, which makes me want to scream from the rooftops. So this is how I am going to do this personally. My Instagram story is going to be a public sneak peek into the business. I might do like a 3-day stretch of like, hey, here's my day in the life as a coach. I check in with people, I exercise, I eat healthy, I create content, I have calls like this, I get pedicures and work from my phone, I interact with people on social media, I create Instagram stories. So I'm going to like talk about that on Instagram stories, what they will do initially as a coach, because if they don't know their daily activities, they're not going to know if they can do it, right? They need to see like the destination or see exactly what's going to happen so they can feel like they can do it. What do you talk about? I know that's a great question. So what are the main objections you get about coaching? You might not get this personally yet, but for me, I get a lot of like, I don't have time, a lot of misconceptions. Like I don't have time. I have to be in the best shape of my life to do it, which is so false because people actually relate more to people who are on their journey and not at the end of their journey, if that makes sense. A lot of times when people ask me questions about the program or they have like misconceptions about the program, I'll do an Instagram story about it. I'll be like, hey, I've been having conversations with people. Like today I did it. I've been having people message me and they tell me that they think they're too old. And then I like kind of answer for everybody because I know that if one person says that, multiple people feel that way. Some common questions, like again, same thing, one of the most questions you get from it are the benefits of making the $40 or the $160 investment, whatever package you got. How you were before Beachbody, which for me, I was like a little bit dead inside, honestly, feeling like I was just going to work, coming home, going to work, coming home, not really feeling like I'm living my purpose. And now I'm literally a totally different person. If I were to like sit in a meeting today versus when I was sitting in a meeting before all this in my old job, I literally never said a word in meetings because I just like didn't feel like my opinion mattered. And dang it, I disagree now. So I'm just a totally different person. The most attractive thing to you about your business, honestly, the freedom. That's what I would promote. Emotionally, personal growth, and personal purpose. The success of others. You see my testimonies that I post. You see the testimonies that I post over and over and over because I want to celebrate the success of others and also show that it works, right? Highlighting simplicity. So that is one thing I'm going to highlight. I'm going to talk about like, hey, I'm literally recording and editing, the editing takes the longest part. 30 videos for you broken down that you can go at your own pace to make it as simple as possible. I'm going to make it black and white for you. I'm going to get a little bit more fun with coaching. I can get serious, as you can tell. I'm hardcore. Like I don't mess around. And so it is fun. It's amazing, but you also kind of have to like be serious and hardcore about it a little bit if you want to get to a point where you can like quit your job, you know. The 4 vitals, so that's like be the product of the product, invite, I can talk through all of that, but be upfront with coaches, God, my throat, about what they need to do. Like I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you can keep living your life the same and be successful because you cannot. Get out of your comfort zone. Like I want to intervene the comfort zone conversation before it even happens, before it even like, oh, it's too hard, it's too scary. Like I want to get in front of that so that can't be a conversation because honestly, I'm over having this conversation that you have to get out of your comfort zone. So I just feel like I say it all the time. But this goes ahead and puts kind of the expectation up front. Showcase things not income related. I get people all the time that are like, I don't have the financial success that she does or that I do through my business. Is my financial success like, you know, $1 million? No, but I'm able to quit my job and make a full-time income. So I don't have the success that she does, but there is so much more value in coaching than the money. Yes, like I said, the money is important, but like just feeling a part of something. Loy has said before, the worst thing in the world is loneliness, and the worst thing in the world is feeling like you aren't a part of anything. And this has totally given me that community, purpose. I get to help people. I get to look at transformations. Yes, they did the work 100%, but like I feel like I initiated that or I ignited that, and that feels. There's no feeling like that. I can't even tell you. First month as a coach, I was able to go buy a bunch of new makeup. You know, even if it's just your groceries, like whatever that looks like, you get paid every single week, right? So even if it's $100 a week, that's $400 a month that you could get, you know, multiple awesome things with. I think the most important thing is to know where your train is going, because nobody's going to buy a ticket unless they see the destination. So like for me, my train's going to the top, okay? I'm coming, whether you're with me or not, I'm gonna make it there. And I want hustlers, you know what I mean? I want people that are gonna want it like I do. People love possibility, and maybe they can see like a little bit of you in them. Like, yeah, I was working a 9 to 5. Yeah, I was working on the weekends. That was another big thing. Yeah, I feel like I hate sharpening colored pencils during the week, but man, I can see myself in her. Like, I know that I have more in me because I'm watching her. And then, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to create a private group, but mine will already be my free community. I think I already have like 600 people in there. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to use that, you know? And I'm actually going to do like a 3-day, like, hey, this is my story as a coach. This is where I started. This is what it took to get here. This is where I am now. The before coaching, the after coaching Macy, while all at the same time talking through it on an Instagram story. So like, hey, I'm about to go live in my free Facebook community talking about coaching and what I do and how you can actually do it too. Click, and I think this is so important right here. Be so clear about how to access it. So many people are like, hey, I filled out an application and I haven't heard anything. Honestly, most people don't really know how to work like social media, like the older generation, you know, they don't know like the link tree, the click and bio or whatever. You have to be so clear because most of these like customers and soon to be coaches don't know how to use social media, but they're going to have to learn how to use social media. So like take screenshots, circle where they need to click, circle what they need to do. So there is no question whatsoever. And then how to get from attention to engagement. My goal is get in the inbox, okay? No matter what that looks like, even if I'm asking, what is a good thing to wash your vegetables with? I'm still getting them in the inbox. Someone messaged me today and was like, hey, I've been meaning to message you, but I keep chickening out. The fact that they messaged me, that means I can start a conversation with them back and forth about who they are, about what they do, seeing if what I do could be a good fit for them. So Instagram 5 to 12 times a day or more if you're me. I Instagram story all the time. Show your face, okay? People want to see your face. Someone once told me to do a good mixture of lots of different things. I tend to talk a lot. I think it's good to talk in sections, like maybe talk in a section, do a picture, do a boomerang, wait a couple hours, and then talk again. My mom doesn't check Instagram until at night, and most people do that. Well, maybe not, I don't know. But she's like, man, like your stories are long. I'm like, yeah, but what I want people to do is to go through it throughout the day. Like when they go to the bathroom at work, I want them to watch my Instagram story. When they are at lunch, I want them to watch my Instagram story. I want them to feel like they're going through the day with me. So it's good to do a lot of different things. Do some things with words. Do things of your life, of your dog, of your husband, of your bae, of your messy house. I don't know. Just keep it real. Just don't do the same thing over and over and over again, because by the end of it, when I see someone do the same thing over, I'm like, tap, 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 tap. I don't want to see that. Take breaks of fitness and business. Show personality. People want to see you. Adding to your credibility, recommend things that you love. So like self-tanners, nail polish, makeup, things that you genuinely love. It adds a lot to your credibility, and people will try it, and then they'll be like, wait, I like the self-tanner, maybe I'll like Shakeology, or maybe I'll like more stuff in her life. So it just kind of adds to the snowball effect, if that makes sense. Yeah, so that's really all I had. That's my plan. Sorry, there's so many. Unmute all. Okay, I'm unmuting you guys, the ones that are unmuted. Y'all can tell me your thoughts if you have any. Maybe what your plan is. Maybe if that's something that you want. New people, y'all are off the hook. Y'all are probably like, oh, I'm cross-eyed because of everything Macy just said. But yeah, I just want to hear your thoughts. Is that something that's like so scary to you? Because it is to me, to be honest.
It's not scary to me. I'm getting frustrated. I just got a message from one of the Glimpse women that I brought in. And I don't believe her for a minute. She says that I tried Shakeology once with water and ice. It gives me explosive diarrhea. And I can only imagine what I'd do if it's blended with something. I blended it with ice and water, and I had a small piece of tuna and spinach as my meal before. So she didn't do anything I told her to do. She's right there in the glimpse room. She sees.
Right.
There's something wrong with women my age. I want to F-bomb them up.
Yeah.
Tired of them.
She might be exaggerating, but if she's not used to eating,
She is. I know her.
if she like Shakeology can definitely give you like gas for the first like week or so, but that's just because you are getting way more vegetables and fiber than probably she has ever gotten in her life, which is super normal. Maybe I'll clarify that in the group, but anyway.
She eats crap all the time.
I know. Listen, there's nothing you can control. That's what's so hard. It's so hard.
You know what an asshole is? An asshole is someone who asks, and they don't take any advice.
That's the worst. Those dumb assholes.
Oh. And that comes
Just tell her that, Mary Alice. But you're being
She's an English teacher. Ah!
Do you see her? Do you see her during the day?
I'm not going to say her name, but she is one of the top 5 South Carolina teachers of the year.
Oh my gosh.
So wait, so you do see her during the day?
No, because I'm in Georgia. Her son is actually here right now in my living room. He is with his dad.
Yeah.
Now.
Okay, listen, honestly, you know what I would do? I would pick up the phone and call her. If she was a friend of mine, I would just say, hey, really talk to me and let her talk. And then let her get it out, and then talk her down and be like, okay, let's like be real for a minute. Can we just clarify explosive? Like, was it really that? You know?
That's what she was. Not. She's lying.
Oh
right. Just pick up the phone and call her and be like, you're not giving this your all. I would do.
Roberta just busted out loud when you said, can you explain explosive?
Yeah, just clarify, you know? That's why I only work with women, so we can talk about this stuff. Was it gas or was it explosive diarrhea?
I'm going to call her and ask. I don't believe it for a minute.
I know you will. Mary Alice will tell her like what she thinks.
I know.
That's what I love about her. I wish I could be that way. Anyway, Alex, look at your shoulders though. So good. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Hey, how are your girls doing in the Glimpse group?
They're good. So it's kind of awkward. One of them I have been after, like she approached me when I first started, and we had so many conversations. Like she was one that wanted to sit down and walk through like what every product did, where the price point, right? So I did that with her. And then at the end of it, she was like, hey, like I talked to my husband, this is just not a financial thing that we can do right now. Like we have 2 in college, da, da, da. So I was like, hey, I totally understand, you know, and so I was like, even if you just want to like test it out, or if you want to do like a little obsessed one, you know, she was like, I just can't. She's like, and I already have, I guess it's Pio or something, the older Beachbody things that she had from like years ago. So then whenever I started pushing Glimpse Week, she was like, okay, like what's the catch? Because there's no way this is only $20. I was like, well, it is to start. And then the like ball is in your court. If you want to keep doing it, then you commit. If not, you don't. So she like got into it and everything. And so she's like done the workouts and everything and has absolutely loved it. But I know she hadn't gotten her Shakeology yet last time I
talked. That's so annoying.
Yes, I know. But once she gets that, I mean, yeah, I think just of trying that. So I think that is a little bit hard because I already know, like, I mean, I don't know with her. She's loving the workouts and everything, but she's so, like, set on I can't afford to pay. Because she wanted to know, like, how much exactly am I paying monthly, you know? And I'm like, well, it is paying monthly for Shakeology and, like, you know, all that kind of stuff. And then the other girl that's in it, this was such a pain in the butt. So I, like, sent her the email of all the instructions to sign up. And so she did the free thing, and then like I texted her and I was like, hey girl, I saw that you like signed up for the free trial, but you didn't order Shakeology. Like that's one of the biggest, like even if you don't work out, I'd rather you do the Shakeology than even the workouts.
Right.
She was like, I don't really like flavored things or like mixing like anything with water. Like I've never been a protein drink girl or whatever. And I went through the whole thing of like, hey, this is so different. Like it tastes just like if you were to order a smoothie at Smoothie King with what you put in it. And she like just would not order it. So she did not order it. She like did the work.
Oh no.
Oh, what just happened?
Crap, I don't know. Well, I really want to tell her this. But what I was going to tell her, maybe she can click the link again. But what I was going to tell her is that there is someone that is just like that for me. Like, I've almost like fired her as like a potential client because I'm so tired of texting her. Like, I don't need her sale, you know what I mean? But she's taking up so much of my time that I'm like this close to being done. And it's been like months. I mean, probably 6 months of like on and off conversations. And she texted me, she's like, okay, she said, your Instagram stories work. I'm in, like whatever the cost I'm in. And it literally took that long though, like over 6 months of just constant conversation. And while yes, it's annoying and I need to have a nicer heart about it, that is just something that is just like, no is not never. 9 times out of 10. She said her computer died. So yeah, that's just that. Where's Kaylin? Kaylin, how are you doing? How are your girls doing? Holly, Christina, and Jenny are just like, y'all are just like looking. Oh, there's Alex. Hold on. Alex, can you hear?
Okay.
Hey!
It just went black and I was like, and I'm still talking. But yeah, so she like bought all of like the sliders and bands and stuff off Amazon, which was just awkward because I was like, hey, you can get all of that stuff like through here. It's just super easy. Yeah. And she like wouldn't. And then on top of that, so I followed up with her and I was like, hey girl, like how's the like workout plan and like your meal plan going? And she was like, yeah, like I'm eating more fruit because I just like that's just not enough fruit. Like I love eating fruit more during the day. And she like refuses to do any of the drinks. And she was like, but the workouts are like really great. I don't know. It's just like frustrating because I'm like I think it's hard for me to be like, hey, if you don't like commit to this and do all of the things, you're not going to see the results that like we're promising you, you know? So I feel like they see like, oh my gosh, you've lost all this weight and you look so great. I'm like, yeah, because you've got to like every little detail matters. Like you can't just eat the way you want to eat and do the workouts and expect to like have a transformation.
Right.
So.
And, you know, I think so much of that though, like that is the kind of stuff that you need to share in your Instagram story. Like, hey, I love fruit, but it's about choosing when to eat it and when I can't eat it. Because guess what? People get fat on grapes also. You can eat a bag of grapes and like be overweight. And people don't realize that. You know what I mean? So I think like those kind of, so that people before they even sign up with you, they already know what they're getting themselves into through watching you on Instagram. That's what I've learned. It's like people already know exactly what they're getting in before they even sign up. That's just like a suggestion. But that's super hard. And you're going to get people like that all the time. But you know what? You just let go.
I think my biggest thing, and that's something I need to do a better job of like documenting like throughout my entire day. Like I feel like I go through spurts of promoting, or like if I'm like, oh, I have time this morning to like set up my phone and record my workout and like post it before, like all that kind of stuff. And then I realize like, crap, it's been like a whole day and I like posted a picture of Drew and I, but I haven't even referenced like my health journey.
Yeah, totally. Listen, you're just people who see you during the day. I know that they're like, who are you? You look like a different person. You're like a walking testimony. Honestly, it's crazy. How much weight have you lost?
15 now. I've kind of plateaued a little bit, but like my waist, like my clothes are still. I put on these running shorts I haven't fit in since high school.
That's amazing.
And
weight is not always like determinate. You know what I mean? A lot of it is just going to be like your body's just going to kind of shape in different ways now. But it's so awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, Kaylin, tell me about your girls.
She is obsessed. Literally, she texts me all the time and it says like, oh my gosh, I tried this shake, and asking me questions like, hey, would this be a good protein? And like, she's doing so well. I'm like 99% sure she's going to sign up. So
that is yeah, I'm going to cover that in the glimpse group this week. That is so awesome. So awesome. Everybody's doing great. Okay, so the other girls who are on here, just a little FYI, y'all are going to get all the trainings, all the videos. Y'all are going to kind of come in like the new like training group. But basically every Wednesday night at 7, I have like a training call like this, something that I'm like thinking about, working on, sharing with you. And then you guys either tell me what's going on in your world, tell me the good, tell me the bad, whatever. And we work together and we do a great job together. Another thing that I forgot to write down here that I wanted to just, that I wanted to share really quickly. When I film Austin for his Insurance Tip Tuesdays, I'm sure you guys watch him a lot on his insurance stuff and also on his Instagram story. Something that I always have to remind him, and I want to remind y'all, I keep reminding myself to like tell you guys, if you think you have energy in person, the camera, for whatever reason, it just like kills the energy. It kills it. So you need to be times 10 more energy than what you think that you are, what you think that you need to be, because the camera will actually show like what you think that you're doing. Does that make sense? It just like zaps it. I don't know why. And it's funny, whenever I Instagram story with Austin, I'm like, and then I just like back to normal monotone, you know. But that's really kind of how the recording works. So just think through that. When you're watching yourself, I want you to think, am I like giving energy? Am I being enthusiastic? Am I excited about what I'm doing? Can people feel that? Because I think that's important too. That's not related, but is related, but not related, you know. Okay, well, I have recorded this call. I'm going to post it, and I'm also going to send over this PowerPoint in case you guys want to ever review it. And then if y'all want, all the other girls on here, if y'all want to like text me or message me or email me any like thoughts or questions that you have, just shoot them my way. Cool? Awesome. All right, I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.